On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, I can hear the hooting and hollering in the comments now. The F-250's broke again. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today, like I said, I am here in the garage at my house, and I started the F-250 up this morning, ran to get breakfast, and when I came back, I noticed there was a huge puddle underneath it, so... Runs great, but that huge puddle is it's a pretty big problem. I'm pretty sure it's coolant, so today we got to go out there and figure out what's going on and see. I mean, obviously I can't even drive the thing, and it's really the only car I drive. Oh, that is a huge puddle. So here's where I saw the leak earlier. You can see it's soaking wet all over there. There's a coolant sitting on the brake line mount. Let's get inside, turn the thing on, and open the hood. All right, open the hood up. That leak, if you guys look, oh, it's big. Driveway's wet. 7 or 8 months since the last time this thing had a problem. That is a pretty good record if you ask me. I can see the leak. I'm sure you guys can too. It's right there on the that cooler. It's all over this. Let's let it warm up. Well, there's still coolant in the reservoir, just not enough. Let's let it keep warming up. I do have to give the truck credit. It is too cold for any one or vehicle to be operating, so it did. I mean, it broke on a pretty obvious day. It's like 7 outside today, and the wind chill was -7. I mean, the feels like -7. I've been out here for a couple of seconds, and I can't feel my hands. So typically, Kansas is much more mild, and nothing has to deal with these temps. Leak detected. It's been warming up for a long time now. You guys know how long it takes to warm up a diesel. They're kind of pitiful to drive in the winter. I always remote start this thing probably twice because it'll only run 15 minutes on one remote start cycle. So I gotta hit it twice just so you have cabin heat by the time you get in the truck. That said, it's been running for a long time and I found the drip. It's actually the main coolant hose coupler right there. If you look, you can see it actively dripping. Let me get you guys in there a little bit closer. And it's not even warm yet. It's not even at the, like, I can be driven mark yet. So I can imagine that thing is really pouring once it gets going. This is the easiest hose in the world to change. This is one side, and this is the other. And that's it. So it's time to make the old O'Reilly's call, and I'm gonna have to change it myself because I have a feeling that hose is like $50, maybe $60. And the warranty deductible, this is supposed to be the truck that I never have to work on because it's under warranty. The warranty deductible is $250. So do it myself in 30 seconds or call CarMax and fight and pay, you know, triple what it costs. I'm gonna be the warranty on this one. Let's go make a call. Had to shut the door, it's too cold to be out there. Apparently, it's a common failure in F-250s, like everyone from 2011 to today, for that O-ring that's in the coupler to go bad. So I hopped on, I called O'Reilly's first thing and I was like, let's get a hose coming. And it wasn't in stock. And I was like, this has to be a common failure, right? And if it's a common failure, like they have it in stock, especially in my city, guaranteed. So I was Googling it at the same time and just scrolling through the results and like all the results were for the O-ring. So apparently that is a very common failure. And I was like, you have the O-ring? And he was like, yep. And it'll be here in a couple hours. So the O-ring is on its way. And apparently that's probably the failure. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out, which means the truck's gonna be back on the road for like $3, $4? I don't know. It's pretty cheap and a little bit of coolant to refill what it lost. And I mean, really, the leak just started today. So hopefully that's all it is. And I'm gonna be super happy that we got it fixed for basically no money and we're back on the road without missing a beat. I was already dreading being without the truck for like a few weeks because CarMax can never get the thing in. That's kind of one of their issues. And the third-party place they send it to is just kind of annoying. There's still a discount because it's their place they want to send it to, but it takes longer than CarMax. CarMax seems to always have it in and out in a day, like fixed. So I'd rather take it to them, and at the same time, I'd rather fix it myself for $3 if that's all it takes. I wanted to ride the scooter up here so bad, but it's too cold to even exist outside, so we had to fire up the old Angry Altima. Let's get these O-rings. All right, thanks guys.
No problem. Alrighty.
Got the O-rings for the F-250. You guys are not gonna believe this. It was $34, not $3. $34 in O-rings. It is every O-ring to reseal the entire coolant setup on the truck. Let's go install them. Okay, replacing this O-ring. Wow, I can finally see the leak around the fitting itself. Should be a very simple and quick job. Take your screwdriver, pop up the spring clip. I mean, just like every BMW German coolant fitting ever, you guys know that that's just how they roll. I'm gonna go ahead and prep this by getting all of the O-rings out into that box. Put this somewhere I can get to it. And I'm gonna try not to spill all the coolant out of the truck. So here we go. Oh, look at that, there's none in it. That's nice. Okay, so that O-ring, where's she at? We definitely have some debris around this thing. You guys can see what I'm looking at there. It's a little dirty in there, just like random red dirt that's kind of creeped up to the seal. We're gonna get this swapped out. Go ahead and wipe all this dirt out of our sealing surface too. Wow, this thing has had some buildup from its Oklahoma days. I'll have to get like a dab of silicone grease and put it back on here. Let me put this thing back in. It looks like it's pretty clean now. Okay, I've got it all cleaned out. I'd say it looks much better. The O-ring is right there, right behind this little white seal. So I don't really have the right screwdriver on me to dig that out. And I know this is questionable, my methods here, but I think it's gonna work. There we go. That's how we're gonna get that out. Now we can just peel the O-ring back. Oh, almost. Come on. I need to get a good grip on it. There we go. That's the O-ring that failed. So I should have one of everything right here. Let's just kind of compare and see what's what. It's not that. All right, it's this one. There's the original. There's the replacement. I'd say that looks perfect. Let's work this thing in there. It should just slot right in. I've got it started. And come on, there we go. All right, that's it, done. Hopefully this fixes the whole thing. Well, I couldn't find any silicone grease that I wanted, so let's see if we can get some coolant out of this hose. There we go. Come on, coolant. There it is. All right, it's all over. Now it should pop right on. That is well lubricated coolant. We're ready to start the truck up. Done and done. Now this thing will need topped off with coolant. I don't have the Ford stuff here right now. This is about the only one I actually worry about because you guys know it does tell you to check the coolant all the time. This is one of the few cars I'm gonna use a specific coolant on because the Ford's real picky about it and it pops up with that reminder all the time to check the coolant additive and all that nonsense. Let's let this thing run for the next 20 minutes and I'm gonna go get dinner. All right, back out of the cold. Like I said, I'm gonna actually put the Motorcraft coolant in there. I think it takes the orange and that's the one that already has the additive in it for the diesels. Anyway, let's take a look at the old O-ring so you guys can see what went wrong. Basically, it went big smush. It's tough to see, but it's completely flattened out. Yeah, there you can see the edge right down there by my thumb. That O-ring was worthless. I thought it was gonna be a $3 fix. It turned out it was 10 times as expensive. $34 out the door, but it's every O-ring, and I got the kit here, so if any others start leaking, we can just keep right on replacing them. Better right on it. F-250. Bro, this thing took down the whole F-250. You want to talk about the straw that broke the camel's back? This is a house on wheels. It's the same price, but that 10 cents or
a little O-ring.
Wah, 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 wah.
This
This thing's a killer in disguise. Anyway, I guess this is honestly on, I think it's on all the Fords, you know, just like the BMWs. Yeah. But I usually buy the whole hose. Instead of the $100 hose, the hose is $100. You can just throw an O-ring in. The O-ring is $34. You have to buy all of them, but yeah.
So it's 134 total or just 100?
No. The O-rings are 34 and the hose, if you want to just replace the whole thing, is 100. So you can replace every O-ring on the truck for the 34.
No.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Well, I'm good to go if I get any more leaks.
Yeah, I guess call me or something.
I guess, yeah. It's not leaking. I think I'm gonna run to the car wash. That's all residual from earlier. Cool. Just so you guys know, there's actually two different parts you can get from Dorman, 926, 129, and 158, something like that. Don't quote me on those part numbers, but I think that's both of them. The 129 is only 3 of the O-rings for $22 and change, basically 23. And the other one, the one I bought, is every O-ring in the cooling system for 33. So you may not ever need them, and I hope you don't, but you might as well buy that big kit that has all of them for $10 more, because it comes with a bunch of gigantic O-rings, and it's like 10, maybe even more, instead of 3. The truck's warming up. We're getting some heat in those motors, and I haven't had any issues yet. No low coolant light on. Obviously, I'll check it after it runs for a while, and I'm sure we'll refill what maybe the cup of coolant it lost. But it's actually a really cool setup. You don't really lose any coolant. Now, time for some Dairy Queen. No more leak. Yeah. That's what I tracked down from that. That's from a tire down there. Definitely not an actual leak. We got it. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It was about time for the F-250 to break. I guess it had been way too long, and I know you guys were itching to say it's a bad truck because it's had like 3 problems. Anyway, I gotta go inside and eat my Blizzard, and I need to do that before my hands freeze up. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchgrgo.com for cool shirts not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Here, we got some heat in that motor. I got chicken strips too.